Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel where we delve deep into the captivating world of the British royal family, bringing you stories of enduring tradition, public service, and profound human moments. Today, we embark on a poignant journey into the life of a truly remarkable member of the royal household, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Edinburgh, Sophie. We're going to explore a deeply personal and incredibly moving event that recently saw this steadfast royal openly weep during a public engagement. A rare glimpse into the raw emotion and enduring resilience that lies beneath the composed public facade. Before we unravel this powerful narrative, do remember to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you these exclusive insights and stories from the heart of the monarchy. Now, let us turn our attention to the Duchess of Edinburgh, a woman widely respected for her quiet dedication and unwavering commitment to her duties, but whose recent emotional display has captivated and moved many across the globe. The moment that drew significant attention occurred during a recent hospital visit, an engagement that, for Duchess Sophie, was far more than just another item on her royal calendar. It was a return to a place that held deeply personal and profoundly traumatic memories. The Duchess, known for her composure and strength, was overcome with emotion, visibly bursting into tears as she relived a harrowing experience from her past. This public display of vulnerability, so uncharacteristic of a senior royal, immediately sparked widespread curiosity and empathy, prompting many to wonder about the underlying cause of such a powerful reaction. For those perhaps less familiar with the full story, or who may have only recently begun following the intricate tapestry of royal events, it is crucial to cast our minds back 2 decades to the year 2003. This was the year that the then Countess of Wessex, Duchess Sophie, faced a truly life-threatening situation during the birth of her first child, Lady Louise Windsor. Lady Louise, her beloved daughter with His Royal Highness Prince Edward, now the Duke of Edinburgh, entered the world under circumstances that were anything but ordinary, casting a shadow of grave peril over what should have been a moment of unadulterated joy and celebration. The details of this dramatic period have been brought to light and extensively documented by author Sean Smith in his compelling book, Sophie, Saving the Royal Family. Smith, in his insightful narrative, paints a vivid picture of how this remarkable woman, whom he describes as the secret weapon of King Charles, navigated and ultimately triumphed over one of the most challenging and frightening phases of her entire life. It was a period that tested her physical and emotional limits, pushing her to the very brink, yet ultimately revealing the immense fortitude and inner strength that define her character. The events surrounding Lady Louise's birth unfolded with alarming speed and unexpected severity. Duchess Sophie, then 38 years old, was rushed to Frimley Park Hospital in Surrey, an NHS hospital, after experiencing a sudden medical emergency. The situation was critical, escalating quickly into a medical crisis that put both her life and the life of her unborn child at significant risk. The emergency required an immediate cesarean section, performed with urgency to safeguard both mother and baby. Lady Louise Windsor was born prematurely, weighing a mere 4 pounds 9 ounces, and her early arrival, coupled with the critical nature of her mother's condition, meant that the initial hours and days were fraught with anxiety for the entire royal family and indeed for the nation. The aftermath of this harrowing birth saw Duchess Sophie remain in the hospital for a prolonged period, specifically for nearly 16 days. This extended hospitalization was not merely for routine postpartum recovery. It was indicative of the severity of the medical complications she had endured. During this time, the entire royal family, from the most senior members down, found themselves gripped by profound concern. The atmosphere at Buckingham Palace and other royal residences would have been thick with worry as they awaited updates on Sophie's condition and the well-being of the newborn princess. Among those most deeply affected and concerned was Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II herself. The bond between the late Queen and her daughter-in-law, Sophie, was always known to be exceptionally close, marked by mutual respect, affection, and a shared love for horses and country life. However, the gravity of Sophie's situation during those critical days prompted the Queen to take an extraordinary and highly unusual step, one that underscored the depth of her concern and her personal affection. As author Sean Smith meticulously recounts, The Queen was sufficiently concerned that she broke with traditional protocol and made a hospital visit to see how Sophie and her latest grandchild were getting along. This act, while seemingly a simple gesture of familial care, was in fact a significant departure from established royal tradition. Typically, members of the royal family, particularly the monarch, adhere strictly to a set of long-standing protocols that govern their public and private interactions, especially concerning personal health matters. Royal visits to hospitals, particularly for private family concerns, are exceptionally rare and usually reserved for matters of extreme public significance, or when a royal is undertaking an official engagement. For Queen Elizabeth II to personally visit Frimley Park Hospital to see Sophie and Lady Louise was a clear and unequivocal signal of the profound worry she felt and the immense value she placed on Sophie as a member of the family. It was a testament to the deep personal bond they shared, illustrating that even for the monarch, family ties and genuine affection could, and sometimes should, transcend the rigid boundaries of royal etiquette. This gesture undoubtedly provided immense comfort and reassurance to Sophie during her difficult recovery. Despite the joy of Lady Louise's eventual recovery and the immense relief that followed the crisis, the profound impact of that traumatic experience never truly faded for Duchess Sophie. Sean Smith poignantly revealed in his book that the memory of the trauma never left Sophie. This statement speaks volumes about the lasting psychological and emotional scars that can be left by a life-threatening event, particularly one linked to childbirth. For years, the echoes of that day would reverberate, shaping her perspective and influencing her emotional landscape. Such a trauma is not simply forgotten, it becomes a part of one's personal history, demanding a process of healing, acceptance, and learning to cope. This enduring impact became powerfully evident more than a decade later, in 2014. Duchess Sophie returned to the very same place where she had faced her most harrowing ordeal, Frimley Park Hospital. This visit, however, was not for personal medical reasons, but for a deeply significant and symbolic public engagement. She was there to officially open a new neonatal ward, a unit dedicated to caring for premature and critically ill newborns. The symbolism of this engagement could not have been more profound. Here was a woman who had experienced the terror of premature birth and medical emergency, now returning to contribute to a facility designed to help other families navigate similar challenges. It was during this visit, as she toured the new ward and engaged with the dedicated medical professionals, that the raw emotion of her past resurfaced with overwhelming force. As she met the hospital staff, the very individuals who had worked tirelessly and with immense skill to save her life and the life of her precious daughter, Duchess Sophie burst into tears. This was not a moment of weakness, but rather a profound outpouring of gratitude, relief, and perhaps a lingering echo of the fear she had once felt. It was a testament to the immense respect and appreciation she held for these healthcare heroes who had played such a pivotal role in her family's life. To stand before the people who had quite literally held her and her daughter's lives in their hands, knowing the stakes, and seeing the continued work they do was an experience that transcended mere professional courtesy. It was a deeply personal encounter, connecting her present self with her vulnerable past. In a rare and candid moment of public reflection during that visit, Duchess Sophie articulated the lasting impact of her experience, offering a glimpse into her personal struggle and her journey towards healing. She openly shared, "For the first 10 years after Louise was born, I found it very hard to go to Prem wards. It would bring the whole thing back, but I've learned to cope." This statement offers extraordinary insight into the psychological burden she carried. For a decade, the very sight of a premature baby unit, a place of hope for many, was a trigger, a painful reminder of the anxiety, fear, and uncertainty that had defined Lady Louise's early days. The phrase, "it would bring the whole thing back," powerfully conveys the involuntary nature of trauma recall, the way sensory input can transport one back to the most difficult moments. Yet her concluding words, "but I've learned to cope," speak volumes about her incredible resilience, her determination to process her trauma, and her commitment to turning her personal pain into a platform for advocacy and support for others. It illustrates a journey of healing, not of forgetting, but of integrating the experience into her life in a way that allows her to move forward, to serve, and to connect with others on a deeply empathetic level. Duchess Sophie's story, particularly her candidness about her trauma and her journey to cope, has only further endeared her to the public and reinforced her reputation as a compassionate and authentic member of the royal family. It is this very authenticity, combined with her steadfast dedication, that has led Sean Smith and many others to label her King Charles's secret weapon. But what exactly does this intriguing moniker imply? The term secret weapon speaks to Sophie's quiet but profoundly effective influence within the monarchy. Unlike some other royals who might command headlines with their glamour or outspokenness, Sophie operates with a dignified quietude, a diligent work ethic, and an unwavering focus on her duties. Her strength lies not in overt displays, but in her consistent reliability, her ability to connect genuinely with people from all walks of life, and her remarkable resilience in the face of personal adversity. She represents a modern face of royalty, one that is relatable, empathetic, and dedicated to tangible service. Her journey from a successful public relations executive to a senior working royal has been marked by a steady ascent in responsibilities and public recognition. From the moment she married Prince Edward in 1999, she quietly embraced her role, learning the ropes, and building a reputation for being approachable, down-to-earth, and incredibly hardworking. Her charitable patronages often focused on issues close to her heart, such as preventable blindness, a cause she championed due to Lady Louise's early struggles with exotropia, which was corrected through surgery. Children's health and disability are undertaken with genuine passion and deep personal commitment. Following the passing of her beloved mother-in-law, Queen Elizabeth II, and her father-in-law, Prince Philip, Sophie's role within the royal family has become even more pivotal. With the stepping back of other prominent royals, the burden of public engagements and the representation of the crown has increasingly fallen on the shoulders of the core working family members. Duchess Sophie, alongside her husband Prince Edward, has stepped up to this challenge with unwavering grace and commitment. They are often seen as the stable, dependable pair, quietly getting on with the job, earning respect through their actions rather than through fanfare. Her relationship with King Charles III is also understood to be one of deep trust and mutual respect. Having been a consistent presence in the royal family for over 2 decades, she is a trusted confidant and a valuable asset to the king. Her grounded nature and her ability to navigate complex situations with sensitivity are highly valued. She brings a sense of calm and a practical approach to her duties, making her an indispensable part of the monarchy's future. The story of Duchess Sophie and the birth of Lady Louise is more than just a royal anecdote. It is a powerful narrative of vulnerability, resilience, and profound human emotion. It reminds us that even those who live in the public eye, under the glare of intense scrutiny, are susceptible to the same fears, anxieties, and traumas as anyone else. Her courage in facing her past, her willingness to share her ongoing journey of coping, and her dedication to turning personal hardship into a source of strength for others, truly set her apart. She embodies a modern interpretation of royal duty, one that is not afraid to show genuine emotion, to connect on a deeply human level, and to use her platform to make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. Her tears at Frimley Park Hospital were not a sign of weakness, but a profound testament to her humanity, her gratitude, and her enduring strength. In conclusion, Duchess Sophie's journey from the harrowing events of 2003 to her emotional return to Frimley Park Hospital in 2014, and indeed to her current role as a steadfast and beloved senior royal, paints a compelling portrait of resilience. Her willingness to share her struggles and her commitment to supporting causes close to her heart underscore her profound authenticity and her invaluable contribution to the royal family. She is, without a doubt, a quiet force, a true secret weapon in the enduring story of the British monarchy. What are your thoughts on Duchess Sophie's deeply personal story? Have you been moved by her candor and strength? Please share your opinions and reflections in the comments section below. Your insights and perspectives are always greatly valued. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more captivating royal insights, and join us for our next royal update as we continue to explore the fascinating world of the British monarchy. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.